So this month I am doing fun folds in my club. And so for the next 4 weeks, I will be showing you a fun fold every week that I am doing with the clubs. And this is two purposes. One, it's my Facebook Live, and they are going to be different than the ones we're doing in clubs, but they're the same fold, but a different paper or stamp set or whatever. And so that way they'll have a reference to go back to and look at, even though they've already made it. But it helps, and it will give me my Facebook Lives for the rest of for the next 4 weeks. So today we are going to make this fun fold, and I am going to be using this is that Christmas coming out in the Christmas catalog. It's called, I forgot to look up what it's called. Maybe Peace on Earth is a stamp set. So this is the fun fold that we will be making today. Okay, and I'm going to take it right from the beginning. And so this is the stamp set and the die set that coordinates with it. And the designer series paper is absolutely gorgeous. I just love it. So let me pull this out and show you what it looks like. So this is on the back side. This, oh, I should have flipped them, huh? That one. This is a beautiful, and you know what's funny is this goes with cloud cover, but it also, of course, goes with Lost Lagoon. Let me show you. So this is cloud cover. Let me grab it here. Okay, Lost Lagoon. Of course it goes with Lost Lagoon. It's beautiful with that. And then it goes with cloud cover. Look at that. It just kind of brings out a different color in it when you put it next to it. I don't think it would go with Pool Party because Pool Party's too bright. But I'm loving this because I could use it either with cloud cover or with Lost Lagoon. This one I love. It's just a pretty piece of paper with the doves on it. Let's flip this one over and look at the back. Okay, this is the one that I'm using today. This is another of that cloud cover Lost Lagoon paper. And on the other side are these beautiful leaves. I didn't look to see what it says it coordinates with. And then we have the dove. And I love this one. I think that is so pretty. Just a really good crumb cake. And then we have the branches. And on the back of that, it's kind of it's gray, I would say. Maybe a smoky slate in there. It's really pretty though, or a gray granite, a really light gray granite. So it does say that it goes with, let's find out what it goes with. Basic beige. Well, that would be this one probably. It goes with basic beige. Yes, that is. I forget about that color. Cloud cover, crumb cake, misty moonlight, pecan pie, and secret sea. Well, this is secret sea here. I can see that. Maybe this with pecan pie. So those are papers that it coordinates with, but there is, you know what? There's a little bit of pecan pie right there in this one. So maybe that's why they said pecan pie. So it's always interesting to see. And of course, that doesn't mean those are the only colors you can put it with. That just means that those are the colors that they're recommending. You can, of course, put it with any color you want. So, okay, let's get started. So let's put this aside. But I wanted to show you these beautiful doves. There's two of them, two different doves in the dies, and they are just absolutely gorgeous. They are so pretty. Stampin' Up! Did it with this one. They knocked it out of the park. So I feel like, and then the branch is beautiful, and there's a little branch for the dove to carry. So not sure what these little things are yet. Not sure. I haven't played with it enough. And there's some stars in there. So maybe it's supposed to be an envelope. I'm not sure. A tag? I don't know. I'll have to look it up. I'll have to go to Creativity Now, which is Saturday, and find out. So it's an event that Stampin' Up! Hosts online. If you're not registered for it, there's usually a cost for it, like $35, and then there's also you'll have to buy the product to go with it if you want to do the projects that they're doing. It is a fun event, and I believe it's for demonstrators only, if I remember correctly. So if you're a demonstrator and you're not registered, now it's too late. But watch for the next one. They do them periodically. So we're going to start with the paper trimmer, and we're going to cut our paper. Okay, we're going to cut the pop-out swing card. And so I have a piece of 8.5 by 11 thick cardstock, and I'm going to cut it at 5.5 inches, just like that. Okay, then I'm going to score at 4.25. And I'm going to move this over to 3/4 of an inch. I want 3/4 of an inch on my two sides, and I want 11/16 on the two top and bottom. So we're going to put this at 3/4 of an inch. We're going to cut from 11/16 right up here, which is just short of 3/4. So I've got to find that perfect spot there. And we're going to cut to 4 13/16, which is just past 3/4. Okay, and then I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to line this edge up with 3.5. And since my cutter is down here, I'm going to start here, and I'm going to cut from 13/16 to 11/16, just past 3/4. Those 16ths will kill us. If we could do 3/4, it would work better. But if you do 3/4, you end up with it's too short for the die. For some reason, that die is just made that way. Okay, so here I'm going to put my paper at 11/16 because that's what I want down here. I'm going to cut between those two lines. So start here, and I could feel that line and come across. And if you have done it right, you'll feel the line. You'll feel your cutter drop when you get to that cut line. I'm just a little short here. That just happens. Okay, and then I'm going to turn this one around, and I'm going to place it once again at 11/16 up here. This is what I'm looking at up here on my cutter. So it's that little mark that is just short of it, and I'm going to cut between those two lines again. And because it is such a hair of a difference, it never fails that some of the corners just don't cut out. So you just take your paper snips and look at that. I didn't even need to cut it. It just fell apart. This one is a little bit more. And there we go. And there is the opening for our card. Okay, then from here, you're going to take the other half of this card, cut it at 5.25. Oops, not that one. The other half of your card base, which was this one, I believe, you're going to cut it down to 5.25 and 8 inches. And then you're going to score at 2, 4, 6, and 8. 2, 2, 4, and 6. There's no 8. 8 is first cut. And 6. Okay, now let's assemble the card. Now, let's get this going. Okay, now I have this, which I've cut, which is 5 inches by 3 inches. And that's probably a lie. Sorry. Gosh, 5 by 3.5. Yeah, 5 by 3.5. And I've already die cut using the stitch rectangle dies. And so this is what I cut out using the stitch rectangle. And the reason I use the stitch rectangle is because it has the scoring on each side, the design on each side of the center cut. So I am going to attach this. So I'm going to go in here and put glue. And you want to make sure you have enough glue too far out, and you don't want it too close because you don't want to put that on there and have a big old glue blob there. And I found the easiest way to do this is to hover over your work, and then the rest of it will work. And the glue allows you to adjust it a little bit if you need to for a second. Oops, I adjusted it too far. Okay, so there's my trim. That is what I did in the gold here. Okay, so we're going to try it in Misty Moonlight. I like Misty Moonlight. I'm just wondering if it would give it a little bit more of a sympathy rather than, this one almost looks like a wedding to me, if it didn't say with deepest sympathy. So, okay, and then I have this piece that I cut earlier, and it's the 8 inch, and I'm going to fold this mountain and mountain. Usually we don't do 2 mountains, and then a valley. Okay, so by that, you know, guys know what I mean. So yours should look like this when you're done. 2 mountains, mountain, mountain, and a valley. Okay, so on the mountain side, on the front of it, on the top of it, we're going to put some adhesive. What did I do with my adhesive? Oh, over here. And I'm just going to go, you see, this is my fold. I'm going to go right along here. And where's my mat here? This always makes it work better. So I'm going to go right along the edge of there, not too far in. And you're going to go to the fold line along the bottom and the top. Okay, so this is now going to go in here. Oh, and I forgot to cut this right. Ah, boy, guys, this is not supposed to be hard. I've done this enough. I should have it down. Okay, so this should have been 5 1/4. Now I'm making a mess out of my paper trimmer, so now I get to clean that. It's okay. Comes right off. Okay, now let's go back and we're going to put this in. So I have my glue up. I'm going to put a little bit more adhesive along that bottom edge since I cut it all off. And so it's just going to go right in here, center top to bottom, and press down. So I've glued it just only, so you can see it's not glued to that. Okay, then fold it up. So fold it how it wants to go, and put your adhesive on this glass panel, and then just close this. Oops, for some reason I lost my contact there. Okay, and there is our card. Okay, so the rest is just all decorating. So I am going to put a piece of designer series paper on this panel right here. So let's add, that is so pretty. I'm going to do it on that side this time. I'm going to switch that over, put it in here. Good thing I cut it the right direction. So this is 5 3/8, no, 5 1/8, because this is 4 1/4. 5 1/8 by 1 7/8 inch. And it just adds a little something to the inside. Now for the front, I have, did I cut this? I did. I don't think I want that. No, that's the inside. I did not cut a piece for the front. So I'm going to take this, the die that I used for here, and I am going to cut, which is this one. I'm going to cut this so that it'll fit in there. This is the piece that I cut out of the front of the card, and that's why I didn't cut it yet when I cut my opening. Okay, now we have it. I don't think I want a Misty Moonlight in the opening. Okay, there's my center. I am going to go ahead and decorate this. Just put my designer series paper on there. And this one I'm going to use the other side because I don't want it to interfere with my dove. And so this one I cut out of the next size down in the stitch rectangle dies. Okay, and then I have a greeting here. I have this little block that I cut out of, not the textured notes, that's for sure. Out of, let's see, Nested Essentials. So I'm not sure if this is still current or not. Everything comes and goes so fast nowadays that before I turn around, it's gone. So Nested Essentials, but you could cut it out of anything. You could cut it out of a circle, any shape you wanted. I'm going to stamp this. It just happened to be that I have that one sitting around, and so it caught my eye, and I said, I'll use it. I'm stamping it in Misty Moonlight, just like that. I'm going to take my little dove here, and I'm going to give him an eye. So I'm using a Stampin' Right marker. We hardly ever use these anymore, but the new Stampin' Right markers have this amazing brush tip on them. And so I just want to give him a little eye. Just touch the tip of that. So the other end is really nice. If you wanted to write with it, it would be really nice. So, okay. And then I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals. Dimensionals, which are right here. I'm working between two tables again, sorry. Only because I just have too much going on. So, and this is going to go on dimensionals. We'll put 3 on that little guy. Oops, I can't get that off. Okay. So I'm going to put this just about in the middle. And then add my dove. Now, when I add my dove, I really want to put this in here first. So let's do that. So I'm going to put adhesive. This is the side that I'm going to glue this to, not the left, but the right. So when I turn this over, I'm going to put adhesive on the right side. And then I'm going to put it in here, but I want to put it in so that I butt it up against this, because that is the part that's going to come up, and then press this down really good so that when it has the freedom to come up. That's caught my corner. Okay. And then I'm just going to add my dove. When I do that, I'm going to put him over here. If I put him over here, he's going to get caught in this opening. So I want to make sure he's over here because this is going to go on top. I'm going to put it down so his little tail feathers are there. And there it is. The embellishments that come with this are, let me just pull them out of this package so you can see them because they're kind of interesting. They are flowers. So I don't know if it's supposed to be a Christmas packet with flowers, but if you guys can see that, they start out with Secret Sea, I would say, and then Misty Moonlight, Misty Moonlight, cloud cover, and they go into a white. So those are really pretty. I don't know that I would want to put that on here anywhere. And it does come with this beautiful ribbon that has silver. See, I should have put silver around there, instead of the gold. So, yeah. So that is my card for today. I do not know the name of this card. I'm going to have to get online and find out. It's like, I don't know. It's a Z-fold pop-up card? I don't know. I'll have to find out what this card style is and put it online. So I am working on getting the post. You'll find it at stampwithdeb.com. You'll find the instruction sheet. There's a free PDF instruction sheet. And join me again next Wednesday. I'm here every Wednesday morning for Wake Up Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.